Hey guys, this is Steve, and welcome to the first of a series of videos on how to write and record an EP. So hopefully by the time we're done with this series, we'll have 5-6 songs done at least. Maybe more, we'll see. But that's my hope for this series. So as I told you in another video, this first video will probably be a little on the longer side. And I'm going to try and keep this as simple as possible. Like I said before, that recording is simple. It's maybe just not easy. So don't come in thinking that it's going to be easy. We're going to try and make it as simple as possible, but there's going to be some challenges along the way for sure. So as long as we know that going in, and we'll hopefully meet those challenges straight on and resolve them, and conquer them. So. This is our goal for this year, is to have this done by April 27th will be when I release the first single from this EP. So that's our time frame, maybe 16 weeks, something like that. So hopefully in that amount of time we should be able to get 5 or 6 songs done. One of the first things that I want to get across to you is, as I talked about before, is copyright. I like doing covers. I've told you that before. I enjoy doing them. It's a lot of fun trying to learn from other people how they did it and what worked for them, and can it work for me. So I enjoy doing that. The only problem is it's copyrighted material, so YouTube doesn't like it so much. So YouTube likes us to be original and our content to be original, which is cool. So this series should be all 100% original. But that doesn't mean we're not going to use some tried and true methods that have worked for other people. For the last 70 or 80 years. So we're not reinventing the wheel here. We are creating some new songs, our own original stuff, but it's going to be on the shoulders of others. And what I mean by that is the first concept you need to understand is copyright. So melody is, you're able to copyright that. All right, so that is this melody is written by this person and they get the credit for it. It's their copyright. What's not copywritten is chord progression. And we'll get into that. If you don't quite know what that means, we'll go over it here a little later in this video. But the melody is can be copywritten, but chords cannot. There's no one owns a copyright on a chord progression. Doesn't mean that it hasn't been used, and that's kind of one example I'll give you is a group, and I'll put a link in the description, called a group called Axis of Awesome. They have a video called 4-Chord Song, and they go through and they list, I think, something like 50 songs that have used this one chord progression over the last 60, 70 years. From all the way back to the Beatles when they came out, up to Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, all these guys use the same chord progression. And you'd think that it would have been all the content had been used up by now. There's nothing new, but yeah, we can create our own melody out of these chord progressions. And so I'm going to show you a simple way to gather a chord progression, some resources that I use. And hey, it worked for this song, so that same chord progression we know is, we're starting off right. Okay, we're not recreating the wheel and doing some weird something that may not work. We know that these chord progressions work and have worked well, been very popular across popular music for the last 50 to 60 years, something like that. So we're going to start with that. And that's going to be our basis of, at least for the first couple of songs. We're going to start with the chord progression, work out some music for it, and then some melody, and then lyrics. We're going to do that for first couple of songs, kind of get it under our belt, so to speak. And then we're going to do it the total opposite. We're going to start with a title, work up some lyrics out of that. Then we're going to let the lyrics dictate the melody. And then we're going to take that melody, put it in to find out a chord progression that works with that melody, and then create the music. So we're going to do it both ways. One of those ways is going to work well for you. Most times that's the two different ways that it's done. Either you start with the music and let the music dictate the melody, or you start with the lyrics and let the lyrics dictate the melody. I'm sure there's other ways, but we're talking about simplified here. So this is not a songwriting course at all. This is just how we're going to make an EP in the next 16 weeks. 5 or 6 songs from idea to finished product. Have it ready for download. So with that, again, check out the video for Axis of Awesome. It's called 4-Chord Song. I'll put a link in the description below. That way you'll get an idea that it's not so much about the melody. You get a good chord progression, you can get a melody out of that chord progression. So with that, we're going to jump over to the computer, and I'm going to show you exactly how I put that into practice for our first song. All right, so what I wanted to show you guys here is kind of the process of what I'm going through, what I go through to do for this EP. I want to talk to you about how we're going to do this and do it quickly. We've got about 16 weeks to get the whole EP done, recorded, or created, decide what songs are going to be, record those songs, then mix it, master, and put it out for distribution. So we've got 16 weeks to do that. So we need to do things fairly quickly. And one of the tools that we're going to help us to do that is a program called Band in the Box. And basically what Band in the Box does is it allows you, and it's just what the title says, it allows you to tell it how you want the music to sound, and then it'll take the band, your backing band, and create it. As you can see here, there's a bass, guitar 1, drums, 2 different guitars. You can change these around and add a piano, an organ, tambourine, whatever you wanted to add, and it'll generate it. And the thing I like about this is that it's not MIDI. I mean, you can export MIDI if you want, so that you can do all your timing and stuff in your DAW. But it actually, when this is all said and done, we're going to do a sample song here of one of the first songs that I'm going to do for the EP. And when it's all said and done, you're going to have live musicians playing in the background to your chord progression that you choose. So you can put your vocals over top of that. You'll need to add some little bit of solo, kind of playing the melody and like on the introduction area or something like that, or in between the verses. And but anyway, this will get you like 90% of the way there, and then you just have to add the stuff that makes it 100% unique to your song. And the song that we're going to do today to kind of prove this out and show you what I do is a song by the band called Third Day. And that song is called Sing a Song, ironically enough. But anyway, as you can see up here at the top is the waveform. Right below that is some letters and some bars. And basically what this is, and then down below is a bunch of letters. These are the chords that the program recognized and said, hey, I think this is an A, and I think this is an A sustained. There's a D, E ninth, F sharp minor 7th, and F sharp minor. So it gives its best guess as to what it is. And then also the timing. These bars will say, okay, I want to, as you can see, these are red because I adjusted them. This song has kind of a vocal lead in, which we won't really, all we're cared about in this program is the music. If we decide to put something like that in on our song, then we'll do that in the DAW. That portion of just audio or vocal, then we'll just add that later if we decide we want to do it. But right now, all we want the music is to start on 1, the measure 1, downbeat 1, just boom, start right into it. And in this song, it starts right into the verse. There's really no intro or nothing. It's just boom, you're right into it. And basically what this, we told it that it's 4/4, so it's going to go through and check out the measures and mark them out. If you could change that to 3/4, 6/8, 12, 6/12, whatever you want it to be, and then it'll try to match that up with the music. And by doing that, it sets the tempo. So it's 89.71, which I'm assuming we're just going to play it at 90. And then it also will tell us what key it thinks it is. Right now, it just automatically always starts at C. But as you can see, this thing starts in A, so I have a feeling it's probably going to be in the key of A. When we got everything how we want it to be, click on OK, send to band in a box. And sure enough, there it is, key of A. It didn't really change keys, so it's all in one key. And we just hit close. And as you can see, it's put all of our chords here. It didn't change our tempo. I don't know why it didn't do that, but we're going to set it to 90 because that's pretty close to what it was, 89 point whatever it was. Something else that, I mean, we can play through this, but it's going to be very boring because you see this little blue box. And basically that means that it's the verse. And you see it turns green. That would be, in our case, the designation of a chorus. So it plays music a little differently. The chorus in Band in a Box is a little bit more, got more movement going on, a little bit more. Maybe the drums are out louder, or the electric guitar plays a little bit different of a pattern or something. But either way, in a verse, it's a little bit more subdued. So I actually did a song. I did this earlier, and the video crashed. So I'm gonna open up the one that we did before. So you see how I went through here and I created, this is the verse, first verse, there's a chorus, a little 2-bar intro to the next verse. And I got all that by listening to the song, and then I opened up Notepad and just kind of wrote it down so I'd remember how it went. And then I just made this match it. All right, so now we've got all this. So what we want to do is choose our style, and I'll go through this here in a little bit more in depth and a little bit later. But the one we're looking for is, yeah, there it is, Uplifting Rock 2. Okay. All right, so now it's loaded that style in, and all we have to do is hit generate and play. So let's see, right now I hear electric guitar, a bass, some drums, acoustic. It looks like maybe there's 3 guitars, a bass, and a drums in this example. Okay, so see how the chorus is a little bit more out there. It goes back to more subdued. All right, so we can just take this this arrangement. Now we already know, if you know Third Day's music, then you know the song. If you don't know Third Day, and even if you're just vaguely familiar with them, whoever is listening to this, I would suggest you go to do a Google search for Third Day. It's probably their website's maybe something like thirdday.com or something. Go check out their music. Listen to this song. Buy it. It's on iTunes or Spotify, or wherever it's at, and just buy it and support the group, because it's really one of my favorite groups. You know, it's very simple. So it's good to learn and do if you're going to create a song and you want something sort of already laid out. To me, this is a good example of starting with this. So anyway, so there we have this. And then what this will do is that when these are the different instruments here, but then when we save them, we can save them, save a wave file, save all tracks as wave files. So that's what we want to do. And 1 wave per track. Right here, just click on it, I think. Yeah, so now it's creating it. So when this is done, we'll have 5 different tracks. The drums will all be on one track. It won't have split out for bass and snare and hi-hat and all that stuff. Okay, so that's done now. So we're going to close this here. We'll minimize this, put it in, pull into our DAW, and you can see what it looks like there. Okay, so here we are back, and as you can see, I've drug in all 5 parts. They're going to start playing here in just a second. You can kind of hear what they sound like, and then you can adjust it as. Okay, so you can adjust it as you go along. You want to kind of tweak things or whatever, and cut and splice, whatever it is that you want to mix your music. So this is what it would look like in the DAW. So let me mute all that stuff out. But anyway, so once you get it in here, then you can start doing your all your actual mixing of the your vocals and adding anything else that you want to add in, your solo instruments and that kind of stuff. I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like over here. And then what I kind of like to do is once I get to this point is I want to start working on my melody. In this case, you know, I haven't really done anything with it yet. So you just kind of, for me, I just kind of keep playing around until I figure out something that a melody line that works. And once it works, you're already, like in my case, I'm already recording my vocals here for this tutorial. But I would get it set in my brain how I want it to be, or I just let it keep recording and do a couple takes of it until I get something that I like. Another tool that I like to use, two things. First off, let me get back over here. I wanted to kind of mention to you, I'm not getting any kickbacks from this. I'm not, this is what I use. If you're interested, you can go here to Band in the Box, and it's pgmusic.com, and to kind of give you an idea, this Band in the Box will be, if you don't have it already, first time purchase. Minimum here is $129, all the way up to $700 if you want everything. And it includes a bunch of stuff. I mean, I could hold it over here. Okay, you can pause the video if you want and read everything that's included in here. It's quite a bit. And it works for what I'm trying to use it for. Other guys use it for other things. But anyway, that's that. But something else that might come in handy, and I'll see if I can't put this in the description below. But this is the Nashville number system. If you're in your root of your chord, whatever key you're in, root chord, like in that song we were just doing was A, right here, that'd be A. So these are all the chords, not all of them, but these are all the majors and minors that would go with that key. And the Nashville numbering system was created by studio musicians to be a quick way of playing a song that they've never heard before. So what they do is that they put numbers associated with these right up here. They're designated by Roman numerals. So you have 1 as the root note, 2 as, in this case, A would be B minor, 3 would be C minor, 4 would be D, 5 would be E, 6 would be F sharp minor, number 7 would be G sharp. So this chord progression, as like I said earlier in a video, was that chord progressions are not copyrighted. The melodies and that kind of stuff are, the riffs and the hooks and all that stuff, those are. But anyway, so what this does, this tool will allow you to, no matter what key you're in, we were just in A, so there's our 1, 6, 4, 5. So if you think about it, some of those chords that were in that before, let's see if we can go back, 1, 5, 1, 4, 6, 5, 4, 1. So that's chord progression in this song, and then in the chorus. So there you go. There you have it. That was just a quick thing. I'll try and put a link to this in the description below, and that's it for now. I told you guys this one's going to be a long one. From this point forward, they're all going to be maybe 10 minutes or less. I'll try to do that. But this one's been 15, 20 minutes, probably tops of 20 minutes. But there's a lot to get in. And I really didn't cover everything I was wanting to, but at least this will give you the idea of how I'm going to be creating this EP. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Subscribe down below. Put a like, put a thumbs up if you liked the video and the information I gave you. Put a thumbs down. I'm all about interaction, so let me know if you don't like it. That's great. That's okay. More power to you on that as well. Thumbs up would be great. Subscribe would be great. And check back for our next video next week on where we're at from here. Talk to you later.